is going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm back again in one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City, which is Astoria, Queens. And it's a huge neighborhood, and already in the previous video I covered the area by Astoria Beach and Astoria Park, which is the waterfront. But this time I'm gonna focus when it gets dark, in the nighttime, and I'm gonna focus on Steinway, Broadway, and 30th Avenue, which are the main streets over here with a lot of restaurants, a lot of bars, nightlife and stores happening around. And you're gonna see also like the diversity going on over here. It's October and the weather is perfect right now, like probably high 60s or 70 sharp. We're gonna start strolling around the neighborhood to see what's going on. So without further ado, join me. Now I'm heading towards Steinway, and the R train is right there. Then I'll make it right and start walking forward. And Steinway is full of a lot of stores, a lot of restaurants. And then once you go towards the end, it turns mostly like Middle Eastern, with a lot of Middle Eastern restaurants, pastries, and coffee shops. And it's starting to get dark a little bit early now, because we're in the middle of the fall season, but you're gonna see how the vibes change right here. I tell you, the neighborhoods, they look pretty different during the daytime and the nighttime, but still beautiful. You see a lot of vegetation, trees going on around here. This is 34th Avenue. And they got a couple of nice restaurants here and coffee shops. Little by little, they're developing this area over here. So it's really cool. And here in the corner, you see a modern building popping up. This one looks like it's redeveloped or new too. And I see a new apartment complex over there. And then a block ahead of me is the famous Steinway, which it goes all the way to Northern Boulevard by the highway. But now we're gonna walk here to the street to see what's going on. And this over here is a Steinway train station, which serves the M and the R train. But the R train is mostly like local stop. And we made it out here to Steinway, which the vibes are gonna change. You're gonna see all the action happening, so let's stroll around. On this side, there's not much going on, but you can start seeing the stores, the developments going on. But the further I go, the nicer it gets. And like I say, Astoria is a pretty big neighborhood that could take you a while to explore and get from one side to another one. You can start seeing how little by little it's getting dark. And we got a nice looking restaurant right here, but this is just one of the many restaurants that you're gonna find in Steinway and the entire Astoria, Queens. It goes all the way to the waterfront where you can get the views of the Upper East Side. But yeah, really multicultural neighborhood that's come a long way. Then they got like a furniture store, a deli, even sitting areas where people get to sit in the sidewalk and enjoy the views, like right here. It looks like they renovated. So it's like a mix of a small town vibe in the city. Then one thing I like is how wide the sidewalks are. And there are a couple of joints across the street, board. I think it's like a smoothie shop. And then there's another one, I think it's a Colombian joint, probably like a bakery, Then here we got this one, it's probably like a lounge. It seems like it's a lit place to be in the nighttime. That's television and stuff. Also, another funny thing is that a lot of places you're gonna see the decorations of Halloween, because that's what they celebrate around here in October. So, been walking around, I see it all over. Then ahead of me is the intersection of Broadway with Steinway. So you're gonna see the vibes. And here's where it merges. And if you go through Broadway, it is full of stores. We're gonna make it over there later. But let's see what's happening around here. I think after Broadway is where it gets more interesting, Steinway, because you're gonna see like more stores and like more people walking around. It's going. Also, Astoria has a lot of food trucks. And there is a couple of popular halal spots that are located right here too. But you can see what I'm talking about. It's just literally, business happening here. Restaurants, everything, even the chain restaurants. They got Popeyes across the street. They even got like a Chipotle and McDonald's over here. But I'd rather go to regular restaurants that they got over here, tons of them. So one tricky thing about Astoria, Queens is, if you look at the map, it looks like things are close to each other or with a walking distance, but it's actually a really massive neighborhood by ground. Like I said before, like even in Steinway, it looks like, I can make this pretty easily, but it takes me a while to get from point A to point B, Bottom line, you know, because the beauty about not just this neighborhood, but about a tons of neighborhoods all over New York City is that it's pretty walkable and you can get around, you know, pretty easy. And then here you got, you know, stores, shops. Some of my friends, they come here to Astoria to buy clothes and products. Even across the street, I've walked here many times, I've live streamed, and I spotted a couple of stores that they might sell, you know, like good urban outfits for me to wear. Or anybody, you know, I wonder the prices are pretty decent. They probably are. That's why you need to get out of Manhattan and go to other neighborhoods like this one to get good products. So I don't know how clear you can see, but you can see some of the diversity. They got a Thai restaurant. And then once you go ahead, they're gonna have like Mexican joints, Latino, and combined with Middle Eastern. So that's one of the beauty about this neighborhood of Astoria. In my opinion, I think, not just Astoria, I think Queens is probably the food capital of New York City because you get tons of food options and super diverse. Even foods that you would never imagine you can find right here in the heart of Queens. But I'll be probably more like if you go towards Jefferson Heights. Like I said, it keeps going, and you see a couple of stores where they sell urban clothing. And then across the street, they got more. Not sure how clear you can see in the camera. They got Portobello, they got, I think it's like a mixture of everything, but you know, in your city, you really don't need malls. You got streets like this where you can get everything you need, you know. Also, another crazy thing is you rarely see KFC, AKA Kentucky Fried Chicken, around the States. They probably got them in other places, but here in Astoria, they got one, which I'm gonna show you. I don't know if you can see it from here. KFC right there, that's crazy. But they have it here in Astoria, and I even forgot how the flavors of KFC taste, because we got other brands like Popeyes, even the Filipino joint, Jollibee is really good too. But they got tons of, you know, chicken joints right here. So KFC, I think, is more popular overseas abroad. Then here we got another Colombian joint, Café de Colombia. So I'm not sure they sell food or it's probably coffee. Colombian coffee is pretty good. Let's see, huh? Café de, oh yeah, Patience, it's actually closed. It's like a little small shop, but I guess it got like early hours. Then it got a place here called Pink Pot. Gotta tell you, Steinway is pretty lit. Then I think this over here is the intersection of 30th Avenue. Then probably like 2 more blocks, you know, from 28th Avenue ahead, that's where Steinway turns more like Middle Eastern. And here we got like an urban clothing. So you can dress like swag over here. Being a minute since I shoot a video, like getting dark. The good thing this camera works up pretty good. Got a food truck here, a taco joint, but I wanted to show you, you know, like another vibe, how the city looks like in the nighttime. And you know, it's still pretty late. I forgot that today is Friday. I think when I go probably towards Broadway or 30th Avenue is gonna be even more interesting. The only negativity, the only negative complaint I got about Steinway is the fact that it's so large and it only has one subway line all the way at the end, which is the R, the M train. Then the other subway lines is in the other side by 31st Street of 31st Avenue, which is a little bit far walking from over here. So you have to take probably like a bus, or if you have like a bike or e-scooter, then it facilitates and it makes it easy for you to get around. So that proves you how big Astoria is. You can see what's going on, you know, it keeps going. And here's like a Middle Eastern restaurant called Aldar. They sell halal meat, you know, products. It looks pretty nice in the inside. Then ahead of me is 28th Avenue, and this is where Steinway starts turning more into a Middle Eastern vibe with restaurants, you know, grocery stores, coffee shops are mostly, you know, Yemeni, Palestinian, and all types of Middle Eastern cuisines that they got. They also like to call it Little Egypt, but we're gonna see how the vibes changes right now. Another thing I forgot to mention, you guys, is Astoria is pretty popular for the gyro. Like we got one over here, but one of the best ones, I think, is in 30th Avenue and 31st Avenue, and it's really good. It's called Pita Hut, and everything they sell there is fresh. Even the breads that they make there is pretty much homemade, and it tastes good. So, but let's go over here to, you know, the Middle Eastern side of Steinway to see what's going on. So here we start going Steinway, and we start off with a restaurant here to my left called, I forgot what's the name of it, but they sell like good stuff over there. It looks like it's halal joint, and they have the Palestinian flag, so awesome. You know, here they got another joint. They would sell those viral chocolate, Dubai viral chocolate. I guess it's like a pastry. Nice. And there is more across the street. They got the coffee shop, more coffee. A couple of lounges here, and you'll see people also like in a hookah lounge, or they call it shisha, you know, smoking out. Keeps going, and we got some street food right here. Nice. I think this is my favorite side of Astoria. This little section over here, the Middle Eastern section. The food, you know, is really good. Like the vibes, it feels like it's super international, and that's the beauty about New York City. To be honest, it also kind of gives me a little vibe like if I'm in Bay Ridge in Brooklyn, especially by Fifth Avenue. It kind of has like the same vibe as this over here in Astoria. I like to call Bay Ridge like the Astoria of Brooklyn, you know. And it's also a super underrated neighborhood, but I covered that neighborhood a couple of times, so you might want to check it out. It keeps on going, and you got the gentleman smoking shisha right here in the sidewalk. Hookah, you know, which is part of the Arab culture. Smells pretty good. I've been to Latino hookah lounges, and it's similar. And across the street, they got more. This is called Marrakesh, and Marrakesh is a city in Morocco, so I guess it's a Moroccan restaurant. They got halal munchies there, Eastern nights. What is this? A gym. See, you literally have it all. And then I think this is like a deli, Middle Eastern deli, so they got it all right here, you know. Also, another cool thing is they got a baklava joint, which is one of my favorite desserts, and they sell a lot of desserts there, so I might stop and pick up 1 or 2 desserts to try them, which I had it before and it was fresh, but there's something else I want to try. And it keeps going over here, as you can see. And this deli is called Nile Deli, and Nile is literally the river in Egypt. Like here in New York, we got the Hudson River. In Egypt, we got the Nile River. I think across the street should be the dessert shop. So the place is right here, and it's called Homemade Baklava. Even got the chocolate over there, but it got some delicious pastries that I want to try. So here I got, this is a fresh baklava and a little mini kanafe. I already had a baklava and it's good, but I want to try this one. This is actually a first for me. Yeah, I got the baklava. Like I said, I already tried it, but I want to see how it still tastes. So good, like always. And what I like about baklava is that it's not extremely sweet, it's really good. And you see this all together, but it goes well, like it doesn't fall up and make a mess in your hand, it's just the consistency. It's really good. This is kanafe. I guess they make it in little pieces. This is the first time for me to try it. So let's see, here we go. Wow. It's really good, you know. And the consistency is good. I think it has a little bit of cheese and stuff, but wow. These desserts are really top notch. And it's so nice that they have a full dessert shops right here in Steinway. So it never disappoints me. The desserts are really good. And I'll have to keep coming back here to keep on trying more of the desserts. They have a lot of varieties, and it's pretty cheap too. And Steinway will keep going straight towards Ditmars, but it's mostly residential, so I'm probably gonna merge or turn back and start making it towards 30th Avenue, walk it fully, and then make it to Broadway, and then we wrap up the video. And here they got like another street food stall out here in the open, making kebabs. And it smells pretty good too. So maybe one day I'll give it a try, but I'm full now because I ate, not the desserts, but before I ate this, I ate some dinner. Now I just made it to 30th Avenue. Well, it's a different vibe, but I think over here in this area is pretty much known for nightlife, lounges, restaurants. Like I say, it's Friday night, so maybe we could see a couple of actions. So far I'm seeing some of the restaurants and stores are lit up, and it looks pretty nice, you know. I walk in here in the daytime, but the vibes are cool and nicer in the nighttime. So let's see what's going on in Astoria. You can start seeing how the lights look like. This is probably like a little lounge. And it keeps going all the way towards the train station, the N and the W train. And here you can see what's going on. Restaurants nicely decorated with their sitting area, and the weather today is just perfect, even though we're in the fall season. But like I said many times, fall season is probably the best month to come here because, you know, in the summer it could get brutally hot in New York City. And they got more going on over here, but music also. So gotta tell you, this is amazing. You can see the lights behind me, but wow. This neighborhood is super cool and never ceases to amaze me. And now I see why it's probably my favorite neighborhood, or one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City. And just like in Steinway, you see everything. For over here is also pretty busy. Like you see not just stores, but restaurants of all types of cuisine. You can see like the regular American joints, Italian, and then a lot of restaurants that got like the front door sitting area and a lot of young people just chilling and eating. But here you see how nice 30th Avenue is. I try to record some of the restaurants on the outside, but they got music playing. But this one looks like it's a good example that I can record. Look how fancy it is. Wow. It's pretty nice. Then they got the bar and stuff. And I think, you know, it keeps going late night. I've seen tons of videos, and this goes blocks all the way down towards the train station, and they got barbecue chicken. This is a Korean chicken. They have it also in Koreatown, 32nd Street. So it's good to see that they have it here in Astoria. And then they also got like 99-cent stores, you know. So they have it all mixed together with the restaurants and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty nice to see, you know, how the city looks like in the nighttime. Gotta tell you, it would be really hard for you to choose like what do you want to eat. So I don't know, maybe you could do like a little food crawl. Oh, it could be good too, because sometimes you could just walk around and spot something and then be like, you know what? I want to try out this spot. This is the beauty about, you know, this city. The variety of options that you have here, food, you know, things to do. Like, if you get bored, it's your fault. I mean, there's always, no matter what year, what the season is, if it's cold, hot, whatever, there's always something going on around the city. So we got another restaurant with outdoor sitting area. And then it keeps going. And the next week or so is gonna be pretty interesting because the Mets in baseball and New York Yankees, they have been advancing to the next round. So it's gonna be crazy to see the vibes in the city, especially here in Queens, probably in the Bronx. So imagine if they go to the finals and we have a Subway series. That's probably gonna be history. So hopefully it happens so I can cover some footage or probably do some live stream. And ahead of me, there are some interesting things. There are a couple of markets around and they are open 24 hours. So, and there's also like a juice shop, which I'm gonna show you in a bit. Over here I'm full, but I really wanna try this joint over here. It's called Eat It, which is a halal joint. I think the owner is from Algeria. I literally saw it on Instagram, some of the videos of that food, and they make it pretty different, like really good. While people are making lines of 2 hours to eat at Adele's, I think this should be good. So one day I'm probably gonna make a video about this spot. This over here is United Fruit Markets, and I think it's one of those markets that opens 24 hours. So imagine at 2 o'clock in the morning, you go and you buy fruits and vegetables, what's possible here, and then right behind there is the subway station. And then here we're passing by, look at all the colors of the supermarket. Pretty nice. And it says open 7 days, 24 hours. So, you know, the vibes are pretty nice. And it looks pretty nice and clean. And this is a juice bar. I tried a juice here, 24 hours, and it's really good. Another market. So that juice bar is really good. And you can mix the juices. I think it's even better in the summertime when it's really hot and you get something really refreshing and natural. Well, that juice bar, it has it over there, pretty good. But let's walk forward to where the subway starts. Then we're gonna make it towards the other side, towards Broadway, and wrap up the video. Here we got a pizzeria and a burger joint. It's crazy the options that you can get here. You even got like a Dunkin' Donuts over there because, you know, America runs some Dunkin'. And then this, I'm not sure what type of restaurant it is, but it's pretty nice lit up over here. And you get a little view of 30th Avenue that goes all the way towards the end. Here's a Mexican food truck. What is it here? Taquitos? Tacos and stuff. Couple of street vendors, and then The subway station is right there on top. So you can conveniently take and the W train right here within probably 20 minutes to make it to Midtown Manhattan. And then now we made it to 31st Street. And here in 31st Street, there's not really much going on despite the subway station right here behind me, the entrance. But ahead of me is not really much, but I'm gonna walk towards Broadway and show you the vibes over there. So you can see, I think it's pretty much similar to 30th Avenue. But we'll see, you know, there's a lot of stores, restaurants going on. And then like I tell you, this is literally nothing, Astoria. This is only like a little portion of what I show you. This neighborhood is pretty massive with a lot to do. But here, like I'm telling you, see, here it seems like they're developing a new apartment building. They're just mostly apartment buildings, you know, with the subway station. So nothing crazy, so I'm just gonna turn off the camera and I'll turn it back on when I make it towards Broadway. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Now we are approaching Broadway, so gonna make a left to see what's happening in this other main street. Now here you can see the subway station, a couple of restaurant joints over that way, but we're gonna merge it to the left to see what's happening and what's going on. And we have just entered Broadway, and so far, the same vibes as 30th Avenue. You know, we got the street food, a lot of restaurants, especially on the other side of the street. So let's do a couple of more blocks to see the vibes over there. Then it seems like Broadway might be a little bit more chiller than 30th Avenue tonight. You can see how nice the lights are. Even in the daytime it's nice, but I think it's nicer when you come in the nighttime because you can get to see the lights. Then it keeps going. Tons of restaurants and lounges. I passed one and they had like really good music playing. Also, another thing that I noticed about Astoria is they have a lot of bagel shops and coffee shops. Yeah, this one here is pretty nice with the lights. Then what is this, a burger joint? It says burger bar. I like the concept, the sitting area, and it's really nice and clean on the inside. Cool. Then Barsola, another restaurant. That's what I tell you, it's really hard to choose over here. What do you want to eat? I used to come here a lot with my friends, but they moved down to Florida because he used to live here in Astoria. And here you got like a little mini market. I really love the smells of the fruits and vegetables. And there's a Thai restaurant over here. Eatsy Thai, but it says halal, so I guess halal and Thai. All you can eat Thai food, cool. And this will take me all the way back again to Steinway. But I'll probably do like 2 more blocks and then I'm just gonna turn back and wrap up the video. Not only is it a good neighborhood, you know, for food and exploring, I think it's a good neighborhood for workout and walking. There's like so much happening, you know, all over. So you can walk from one side to another one. Like I say, if you live a little far from the train station here, then maybe you can use an e-bike or an e-scooter to get around. So, and they got more here, but there's not really much in between, like taking you all the way towards Steinway. I think this is a new joint, Asian Grill, Fresh Bowl. So they probably sell like healthy joints over there, but it's not much. Pretty slow today, and then you see like a little street art at one of the apartment buildings. But I think that's about it. I think I already covered enough of the neighborhood here in the nighttime. And like I say, it could take me forever to film like the entire neighborhood. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little night video here in Astoria, Queens. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.